Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
All right, everybody, grace and peace. We're back. I told you earlier today, we did a video looking at the man down in College Park who was arrested for kicking in someone's door and assaulting a woman, even though he's wheelchair bound and has been wheelchair bound for better than a decade. Well, I found the body cam and it's as bad as we thought it was. It is as bad as we thought it was. So what I'm gonna do, it's pretty long because they go through the whole him coming into the police station, them supposedly want to talk to him and basically just arresting him. And I just want y'all to check it out. And feel free to comment in the chat. I'm gonna probably just let it play because I think it's pretty informative. It shows you just how I feel like underhanded these police officers were to start with. They knew they were going to arrest this guy. They knew it, and they knew he was wheelchair bound too. So he did the right thing by coming in to talk to them, and then they arrest them. That's low down. I'm sorry. There's no way they should feel good about that. Anyway, with no further ado, let's go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. My name is Officer Ballard.
Oh, hey, man.
You're the one I've been emailing recently.
Yeah, all right.
Doing well. Give me a second. I'm gonna just read you something, and then I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. All right?
Great.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you at government expense. Knowing and understanding your rights as I have explained them to you, are you willing to answer any questions without an attorney present?
Yes.
All right.
You can tell he's like, why?
Mr. Reed, do you know a Catherine Elizabeth Jensen who once resided at 4111 Fredericksburg Drive?
No, never heard that.
You don't recall who she is?
I had an ex-girlfriend named Catherine Elizabeth Lane from like 20 years ago. But that's the only, you said Catherine Elizabeth Jensen?
Jensen, yes, sir.
No, never heard that name before.
Okay. Do you know where you were on about, I understand it's been about 9 months ago, but on the night of June 15th, 2024?
I couldn't tell you that.
You couldn't tell me? All right. How long have you been in your wheelchair?
Since I was 18.
Since you were 18?
5 years.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your condition?
Gunshot. I was robbed.
You were robbed?
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
When and where did this happen?
In 2000, over by the pen.
By where?
By the federal pen, like Boulevard,
Okay.
Moreland.
So was that in Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 3 miles down the road.
So you were seen by who? What hospital?
Well, I got immediately taken to Grady.
Yeah.
To Grady.
And then I spent about a month and a half in Shepherd, by Piedmont Hospital, learning how to live in a wheelchair.
My mom goes to Shepherd Center.
So you said you were shot. Where were you shot?
You can tell this officer knows, like, what am I doing? What in the world am I doing?
Like physically?
Yeah.
Like right here?
In the back and
I was driving in my car and somebody shot at me through the window.
Wow.
went in, what, through your armpit?
Yeah, I went all the way across my spine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause according to Ms. Jensen, on this date, you forcefully entered her home and attacked her. So.
Yeah, that's.
And you say you have no recollection of who she
He
is?
said that's sus.
Absolutely no idea who that is. Yeah. Certainly haven't forced my way into anybody's house.
Because she was able to provide us with your exact information and a description of how you look.
I truly have no idea who that is. Like.
Okay.
Said I forced my way into their house?
Yes, sir.
Listen to how
What
he's.
does that mean? Like,
I can't recall. She says you forcefully entered her home. So I don't know whether you kicked it down, stormed it through, whatever way. As long as you weren't invited, you were forcefully entering into the home, into the residence. So
I haven't been away from my house and like I said, I think when you and I were emailing, I mentioned I have a toddler. I haven't been out of my house after I work from home. The only time I'm allowed to leave my house is with my wife and kid.
Wow.
So I have absolutely no idea what this is about.
So how did you get here today?
I mean, I drove. I mean, I'm on lunch, but I mean, I'm not allowed to leave. I just, I work all day from home, and caring for a kid at the moment that 5 p.m. hits. So
Okay. So I don't know what all happened between you and Miss Jensen, because this was about 9 months ago, however long ago it was.
That's somebody that lives in Atlanta?
Lives in the city of College Park.
This is
I've been to
crazy.
College Park in I can even tell. This is the first time I've been to College Park in 20 years or something. I can't even.
Okay. Well,
To the defense, you don't have to be Atlanta is spread out in such a way that you don't ever have to go to certain parts of Atlanta and you'll never be there. I can't tell you the last time I was in Gwinnett. I can't tell you last time I was really in Stone Mountain. So for him to say he hasn't been there in 20 years, that's probably not, it's probably not too far fetched. Wow. This officer has to know that he looks like, I really hope this guy is able to sue. I really hope he can.
I understand you say you haven't been here, but unfortunately, you do have the warrant out for your arrest. So I'm going to have to place you into custody. I'm going to take you downstairs. You're going to be booked and entered, and you're going to have to go to jail. So you're saying you haven't been here in X amount of years, and you say you've been in this wheelchair since you were 18. If you have proof of all of this information that can be verified, you say you went to Grady through your doctors or whatever the case may be, your chiropractor or whoever it is, that shows that you've been in that wheelchair, then that would make it hard to prove that you forcefully entered that woman's home. So if you get those documents in order, you could bring those with you when you go to your first appearance, through your bond hearing or whatever the case may be, and you'll figure it out. But as of this moment, I will have to place you under arrest. Do you have any weapons, anything sharp on you? Anything of that nature?
No. Can I pee and stuff?
You'll be able to pee. I'm gonna take you right downstairs. You're not even going anywhere.
This is crazy to me.
What kind of car do you have?
My Hyundai.
That gray Hyundai Sonata?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. So, do me a favor, put your hands out. Unfortunately, it is. Put your hands out.
I can't. Is this a joke?
Wow.
My wife?
You'll get a phone call when you get downstairs.
Name's Charles. Her name's Sarah.
Do me a favor, lift your hands up above your head, please.
I don't have muscle control.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not
Put on the other side.
I literally can't. I don't have muscle control. I'm not. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
Oh no. Yo, please let him be able to sue.
Peggy's, help me out.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's fine.
Do you understand what's happening to me right now?
This is
I need a
crazy.
paramedic immediately.
33 to radio. Can I have a signal for my location for a white male who fell out of a wheelchair? My bad. 24 to radio. Can I have a signal for my location? N35 lobby for a white male who fell out of a wheelchair.
Oh my god.
10-4.
No attempt to even get him up though. Like no even concern. Are you okay? He's just laying there.
What's the control? Like how?
Hey, we can release him. No, East Point ain't gonna take him.
He's not going to East Point. He's going to Florida.
Hey, your husband right there, he's about to go to jail.
This is sad, man.
Warrant for breaking into somebody's house last June. They said, yeah, he was coming up with they said, but it's already a warrant issued out for his arrest, and they saying that they're going to take him to jail yesterday.
Did you tell her I'm laying on the ground?
Y'all on FaceTime. You about to go to county jail?
Click College Park.
Yeah, College Park, they probably want to see you for it.
Can I ask?
He didn't call lawyer.
I'm sorry?
Can I have a lawyer?
Can you have a what?
A lawyer.
A lawyer?
A lawyer, an attorney?
Yes, you can. You can call an attorney. She can call one for you. But at this point, we're done with the questioning, so.
This officer is terrible.
We're done with the questioning. I was not. That's what the attorney was in this for.
You are not what?
The attorney was for the questioning, and I'm done questioning you. You can have an attorney, but I have nothing else to ask you.
He was shot when he was 19. He just confirmed that too. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that he broke with somebody else too. I would push this ass up.
I'm trying to call an attorney. There's like.
This has got to be another lawsuit.
Can somebody please help me off the ground? I'm paralyzed.
Well,
Can I get out of my wheelchair?
Yeah, let's help him out.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was waiting for the paramedics to come there right
No,
next door.
bro,
So.
you low down.
I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. This is what you need to go to Brady Hospital. Before you can come in, you need to go to Brady Hospital. Get the proof of the
Like, pick me up like a baby.
Get the proof. He's been in a wheelchair for the last 10 years. It's on the chest. To say, man, like this, broke into your house. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But
Please don't let me break my pelvis.
No, we're not.
I can't do anything here. Okay, we have to hold on. You'll move my leg. It's my leg that's. You see that?
Wow.
All right, push it up. I'm gonna have to get behind it a little bit. Okay, so this is what we need to do first. What is the warrant for? Hold on, sir. Hold on.
Yo, this
What's
is
the warrant for?
Agassalt.
shout out to the men with the beards. And look, I'm gonna be offensive to everybody. You can tell that that man right there with the polo shirt on, you can tell he got good common sense. Not only because he has a beard, because he's the first one to say, let's get the dude up off the floor. Yo, this is crazy, man. Fonnie about to get sued out of her mind for this. Yo, hey, way worse than I thought. Way worse than I thought. Wow.
Into somebody's house.
From the trespass Agassalt.
How long ago?
June 19th.
This man right here is like
June 19th, 15th, 9th, one of
How
those
long you
days.
been paralyzed?
25 years.
Okay. Make a phone call in a minute.
he know.
Let's get him sitting up.
Yo, this guy right here is a hero. This dude right here is the real MVP. That guy right there, because he knows, he's like, look, we are in trouble. He knows it. He said, wait, how long you been paralyzed? He said, oh, we in trouble. He knows it. He know they cooked. He like, doggone it, why'd I come to work today? Oh, well, I'm glad you came to work today, brother. Grace and peace, man. Wow.
Right.
I can't. I don't have any muscles.
I'm gonna help slide you back some more.
Pants probably falling down. Oh, that's so terrible, man.
Peggy's grabbed this arm.
It's
And
just
he's
showing
handcuffed, man.
that you have a warrant, but we're gonna do our due diligence. Because if you're paralyzed, somebody must have made a mistake.
This dude right here.
Okay.
Man, bless him, man. I don't know who he is.
Who's
We
the
gotta
original
find who he is.
agency? We are. Who's the detective?
Me?
Okay. Give me a
He
second.
know we cook. He know he
Give this
cook.
to the
Like,
fire.
I'm about to go to jail. He like, I'm about to go to Right Street.
I get my doctor on the phone.
Hey, how you doing?
Talk to me.
This is crazy. Yes, come on, David. Come on, David.
Okay, I'm listening. Okay, so the warrant you being parallel husband?
I'm sorry?
You being parallel
25 years. I'm 43. I got shot and murdered when I was 18.
You didn't get murdered because I'm talking to
I died on the table and I woke up with my heart on the table in Grady. They told me I died. That counts as murder. I don't have absolutely no idea. You heard everything I did. I don't know.
Wow.
You ain't got no twin, but she
That
described
fool said you ain't got a
I
twin.
took his spinal cord all day long.
Did she say he was in a wheelchair? Who's
He said he described me. She described me.
he said you could take he said that they made a report described you to the T beside the wheelchair part.
Yo, for real though, Apex, I get what you're doing, what you're saying, but this is a travel wheelchair again, and I'm super empathetic because my mom is wheelchair bound, and she's had pretty much all the different styles of wheelchairs for quite some time. This is a travel wheelchair, so it's easier for him to get out of the car with it if he doesn't have anybody to help him. So yeah, they don't have sides, but it's meant for him to be able to do it himself versus the ones that usually have the sides on them. They're a lot bigger and they're a lot more cumbersome to be able to pull in and out. This one actually is, they use sometimes call them sport wheelchairs or things like that. So I know what you're saying, but no, dog, everything here is wrong on the police's point. The dude shouldn't even have been arrested. So him playing it up he should never have been arrested. Like, we got to stop right there. Like, this dude is literally looking at a man and he's saying that he's asking him questions about him getting shot and whether or not he really went to the hospital and stuff like that. So, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. This is this is just wrong. I don't know what the poll question would be, Mike. Sorry. Let's go with that. This dude know who he took. If he's still on the police force, he needs to be ashamed of himself. All respect, my guy. You're literally arresting somebody for kicking in a woman's door. You can see that he's a paraplegic. Come on. That don't even make sense. So there are no other details that are important. That doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry. All respectfully, my friend. No. All right, let's get this done. Let's go.
I'm gonna let you know right now. He just walked the hell out of that wheelchair. I held him with the tip of my fingers, and he fell down and fell on the floor. But basically, on what day was this? I still remember the call. On June 15th last year, I got a call about a lady from 4111 Fredericksburg Drive, and so basically, she was like, and when I got to the house, the front door was kicked in, and I think she was like hiding by the garage or something. And she comes out and she's bleeding from her arm. her neck is bruised up and everything. She's like, my ex-boyfriend who we broke up 2 days ago just entered my home and attacked me. And then after that, I asked her, hey, you know, have y'all lived together? Yeah, we used to live together at this address. Do you have any of his information? Gave me his name, spelled it out, gave me a description, told me what he looked like, ran it through NCIC, it matched. And then I was like, is this him? She was like, yes, that's him. Gentleman right there, issue the warrant.
That's
so
crazy.
He's saying, man, I ain't been hearing like.
Man, that is bananas. Yo, shout out to James. Yeah, James. Yeah, mad respect. And yeah, I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. My mom is wheelchair bound. I've had to come get my mom off the side of the road because she had major car failure. I've had my mom didn't have insurance on her car one time, had to get it towed, and all this while she was in wheelchair. So no, and I've had police officers be very kind and gracious. I've had police officers be very not as bad as this guy. Nobody cuffed my mom's up, but come on, man. Like that doesn't even make sense. There's no reason in the world for this. And the fact that, and this gentleman right here, shout out to the man in the polo shirt, because he clearly is the one that understands this. He clearly is the one that's like, yo, man, doesn't even make sense. If the man been married for 10 years and she's saying she just broke up with the man and they used to live in this house together, y'all should have did more investigation. I really hope this man is able to sue. Shout out to you, James. What he says, I've been a paraplegic for 13 years. If you handcuff me, I can't situate myself right in my wheelchair. Shout out. Facts. Same thing with my mom's. So thankfully, at least she has a motorized wheelchair. She doesn't have to assist it with her arms anymore, but you got my point. All right, let's get done with this.
X amount of years.
Wife said he got shot at 19. He's been paralyzed since then.
Facts.
Needs to do some backdrop.
So I was like, man, I don't know if this is true or not, and I can't ascertain that right now.
So, might need to call the district attorney's office, because if the door was kicked in, he didn't kick it in.
Come on.
He didn't kick it in.
Well, she didn't say kicked in. She said, well, I can't recall if it was kicked in or if that's what she said, because all I remember I wrote was that forced entry was made. So if it was kicked in, and he has indeed been paralyzed since he was 19 years old, that would be kind of hard.
I mean, because I'm looking at his legs. I got a couple of relatives that are quadriplegics. That what we see with his lower extremities ain't for play.
Okay.
That's legit.
In other words, that young blood need to be brought up on charges, man. That's just messed up. That's messed up. They need this dude here. This is the adult supervision in the room.
And if he was born in 82, that means he was shot in 2001.
2001.
And he's been paralyzed since, 19 years.
That huff was like, bro, we cooked.
I would suggest calling the district attorney's office. Let them know what you got. And even though
because now it's looking like she might have made a false report.
Yes.
So that's what I was looking like. I was like, I don't know, because between now and June, that's what, 9 months. I was like, I don't know if something happened between those 9 months that might have put him in a wheelchair.
Bro, he said 19 years. He's talking about some 9 months.
They're not gonna take him.
Well, on an aggravated assault charge, they will take him, but
Damn.
it's don't mean to interrupt your lunch. I'm stepping in, helping out a little bit. They got a quadriplegic guy up there.
I just told him about that.
Oh, he already got the rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's phony wash.
Yeah, but how could he?
And I just want to put it out there. He flopped out the wheelchair. I was like, can you raise your hands? Because I'm trying to, pat him down, make sure he doesn't have anything. I don't know if the camera's going to catch it, but I got him by the tip of my fingers. And he just...
It's a ruse, man.
So-
it's an obvious attempt to not to go to jail, so.
Yeah. But he is fucked up from the waist below.
That is after actually seeing him, I agree. But then again, like I said, I don't know what happened between 9 months ago from now, and I don't know how much muscle mass you lose from not using your legs. So I don't know if
That's for the court to decide.
Yeah. Wife said he's been paralyzed for 19 years. So.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you just get ready to declare him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
So,
yo, this is
I better get the lawyers on staff.
This is so much worse. Yeah, you need to get the lawyers on. A ruse? Yeah, look what did you say there, James? James, even in my electric wheelchair, I can't break down no door. I mean, yeah, absolutely, man. Like, just think about the sentence that you're saying. He broke down a door in a wheelchair. This is way worse than I thought. Wow, this is so much worse. Thank y'all for jumping in. Thank you so very much, Maudell, for the very kind super. Thank you very much for that. Let's keep this going.
Because I know damn well he's gonna make a whole issue out of this.
Yeah. So we've got cameras out there now too.
And like I said, hopefully it sees that I was. When I tell you, sorry, my bad, LT. When I tell you I was barely touching him,
You shouldn't have been touching him. That's the problem.
I'm like, bro, he just flopped out this damn chair.
Okay.
So I'm like,
so?
And he's like, oh, I have no muscles, but you're holding yourself up by your arms. On top of that, how did you get from your car across the street to in here? That means you have some type of muscle mass to will yourself in here.
Yeah, you got that much.
So,
yeah. All right, go ahead and run it. I just want to make sure.
Wait, what? Hold on one second. Should wheelchair users be held in different standard? If you're arrested for driving without a license, doesn't matter if you're not in a wheelchair. No, you get well, first of all, you probably wouldn't get arrested for not having a license, but I understand your point. No, but they understand the problem that creates. No, I don't know about that one, Jim. Not to be harsh about that, but I don't think that's the same thing. We're not talking about apples to apples.
Okay. Disregard, I see him now. Why?
I don't know, I'm a paraplegic, so it's like I can't really tell like what's happened to me.
I got you.
You know? Right.
So, if you need his information. So I just spoke to LT and Major. Unfortunately, I still have to take him because it's a felony warrant. Now, I don't know what's happening between you and this young lady, whatever you guys had.
Yo, this is crazy.
That's not.
Yeah, I understand that.
So if she made a false report, that's going to be on her. Obviously, like I said, I explained, I noticed your condition, I see it, but I have to do my due diligence. It's a warrant out. I have to.
But you're not doing due diligence.
So now that's going to be up to you and the courts and your lawyers and her and
to
that.
Do what? Like
to establish your innocence until proven guilty. So at this point, she says you kicked down her door. It don't look like you could kick anything. No offense at this point in time. So that's why I told you earlier. If you have documentation that you were shot at 19, that you've been to Grady,
I do. I can provide it in 10 minutes from now.
So give me one
I
second.
can just call my doctor, right? I mean, like
I need paper. If it
can
ain't on paper, it don't
from
happen.
them. I mean, you can call the DMV and see that I've needed mechanical aids on my license for the past 25 years.
You can look in his car.
You can call. We can drive to Grady right now.
Give me 1 second. Let me actually.
This is.
Give me 1
I
second.
can show you my handicap
Hold on.
placard that I got 15 years ago.
Give me 1 second. Let me go talk to my major.
No, see, I'm sorry. This young blood right here, I'm sorry. I'm not for police getting held accountable like that, but this officer right here is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. And this is the same young man. It's either the officer that we're watching or the guy that was eating his lunch, that when the woman called and said she admitted that she made a false report, they didn't want anything to do with it. It was either this guy that we're watching his body cam or the guy that was eating lunch. That's ridiculous. I pray this guy is able to sue.
quick. Why is this always shocking me? I'm so sorry, last thing. He's saying that he can prove with paper documentation that he's been in a wheelchair for that long.
Okay, but you can still punch somebody in the wheelchair, right? I mean,
That's crazy.
that doesn't mean that he didn't do what he was accused of, right?
That's nasty work.
The main thing, honestly and truly, is the forced entry part, because that would be how he would have entered the home to do all of that.
Well, here's what you do: you call the complaint room and you say, "Look, he's here. He's in a wheelchair. This is what he was accused of. What do you want me to do?"
The victim.
No, call the complaint room, the DA's office,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and let him opine on whether or not you should rescind the warrant or let it stand.
I think I have that number. If not, I believe I have someone who can give me that number.
Though I understand what you're saying, Mike, and you are correct, I think even in that, I do think that this is a whole different case. I saw you made a comment earlier, and you just said in Georgia, police officers are generally obligated to execute a felony warrant unless there's a clear and compelling evidence that the warrant is based on false and misleading information. To me, I feel like this is very clear, false and misleading information. And that this guy right here in the chair kicking back saying he could still punch somebody. Come on, for real. Like, and I don't even think he's even respecting it enough to even walk out there and see what has happened. And being the fact that now we know that the woman said that she lied, this is even more egg on their faces, because this guy should have got up. I understand we would have interrupted your, Jersey Mike sandwich, but you should have got up and at least checked this out, because now this young blood, as the officer they're watching the body cam, and you are very culpable. I know this polo shirt guy, he said, look, I'm up out of here. Let's go. I'm sorry, this is terrible.
Let me try this.
Because really, that's going to be the only way not to charge him is from the DA's office.
So now, if they say, yeah, go ahead and rescind the warrant, how would that go?
You better pray that you, well, they're not going to say it, but we already know what they're going to say.
You would just need to contact, you would need to use the EWI, contact the judge, and tell them.
Oh, and call them and be like, okay, I got that much.
But that needs to come from the charging authority, which is going to be the DA's office.
So I have the Fulton County case intake number. I don't know if that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just tell me that you need to speak to an attorney about a case, and they'll call you back.
Hey,
They're not answering, so I'll see. If they don't answer, I guess I'm gonna have to take them and either that or let the warrant stand. I don't know what.
But I mean, the warrant's never going to go away though. Like you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So this is a turned into a delicate situation that
You must leave your phone number in order.
didn't know it would be.
I think you're still covered under probable cause because
like, I don't know if I told you earlier, she gave a description of him, spelled out his name, and gave us his date of birth. So I'm like, unless she's just your mistress and she's just really that pissed off at you that she would go through all these links, it's no mistaken identity. It's
right.
So
I mean, he couldn't force entry if he had a tool, or I mean, who knows? I mean,
dude, you're
I
wild.
don't think just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean anything.
Go respect it and Why not go look? Why not go meet the guy, that criminal, this mastermind that's kicking in doors from wheelchairs? Why not at least walk out there and look and actually see what you're talking about? I mean, the dude is glued to the seat dang near. This is crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go. He should be walking out there now. Instead of saying junior league.
We'll have to explain that court. You know?
Yeah, you're going to have to explain this, my guy.
All right.
Or maybe you can get her on the phone and add some clarity to the issue, and then just do a sub to it.
Because he
cooked. He knows he's cooked.
I have a phone number for her. Let me attempt to call her now and see what's going on. If not, then I'm gonna unfortunately have to take the long route and go through Grady and everything. But
the long route is what you should have did.
Him being in a wheelchair, and then it is what it is.
And I'm sorry, I really feel like he really wants that guy to come out there. He really does. He really wants that. He wants adult supervision. He realized that he is cooked. I'm sorry. I don't want police to get kicked off the force often, but this one right here is crazy. No, I agree with you, Mike. I saw it. I'm sorry, brother. I saw it. Thank you, Mike. I agree with you. I'm sorry. I'm just heated, and I think I might have just kind of overlooked it. Thank you, Mike. Man, I really appreciate you, brother. No, I don't want police to get kicked off the force often, but this dude right here, sir, you got to have two brain cells to rub together. This is not appropriate at all. Please leave your message for IamCooked.com.
Hey, Miss J.
Hey, Miss J.
Please leave your message.
Don't be flirting, dude. Tend to your business.
Please leave your message.
Attempted the victim and no answer, of course. Shit.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to make adult decisions and use some wisdom, my guy. This is preposterous, man.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take you today, sir.
Can I talk to whoever that guy was?
It's really nothing he can do, and he's the one that's telling me, because you still have an active warrant, and that warrant isn't going anywhere. I've even went so far as to reach out to the district attorney and see if there's something that I could do, but they're not answering. So unfortunately, I had to take you in.
He told me that I could provide documentation.
That's not a right here, right now matter. That's going to be a later on matter.
Can I talk to the
and
judge?
even still,
Can the judge?
and even so,
can somebody like the judge?
I'm trying to tell you, and even so, you're in a wheelchair that doesn't.
He knows he can't say
prove that you can't force entry into a home.
He can't even say that with a straight face.
So whenever these gentlemen are done, we're gonna.
He's refusing all patient care. She doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go to the hospital. He doesn't want us to check his blood pressure, blood sugar, or anything like that. He said he did not call us. That you guys called us.
Okay,
So
no
he's
problem.
basically
Can I have his
refusing
license
all-
back? That's fine.
Yeah, I have that.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to go downstairs, and you're gonna be transported to Grady, and then they'll clear you medically.
No, don't go. I don't want to go to Grady. I do not want to go to Grady.
That is the
I'll
one.
go with you then. I'll do whatever you suggested rather than going to Grady.
We're still gonna have to go to Grady regardless.
You want to go to the hospital by ambulance?
Why would we need to go to Grady? I'm sorry, what?
Because you fell on the floor. So you have to be medically cleared before we take you.
That's a
What does that
punishment.
mean? Does that mean I'm leaving in an ambulance right now?
That's punishment. That's punishment because you fell on the floor and they feel like you flopped on the floor. So they're doing that out of punishment. You don't have to do that. That's not true. He can be medically cleared right there. And they're not going to do anything more than what, no. He's asked for an attorney. They're going to put him in jail, though. They're going to put him in jail, though, Future. So even asking for an attorney, they say, sure, you can have an attorney. You're going to be in jail, though. Like, that's what they're bent on, putting this gentleman in jail, which is just preposterous. I can't even wrap my mind around this.
No, I'm going to transport you.
I cannot sit in a vehicle. I cannot sit in a normal vehicle like that. I just.
All right, Carl, can you have Grady come, please?
I can't do that. Like,
all right, Grady's going to transport you.
No, I can't do that either. I'll get a bed sore. Like, don't you understand that? Like,
how would you like to be transported to the hospital?
I think common sense. You know what, Apex? Yeah. Yep. Let him go. Let him go. We got Hellcats running all around Atlanta. We got criminals all over the place. Let this dude go. Yep. Let him go. Put an ankle monitor on him. Come check on him next week. Say you got 24 hours to get us all the documentation. But this doesn't make them look better. Arresting him. Yeah. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Now, this is not going to, arresting this gentleman does not make them look better. Not when we got the criminals that we got running around here in Atlanta now. No, sir. Let them go. There's no reason. There's nothing. There's none of this big screen. This doesn't make them look good at all. Don't tell me that they're noble. Don't tell me that they're standing up for righteousness. Forget that foolishness. Nope. 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 Let them go. For what reason? What is the real reason for locking this gentleman up when we got cats down here racing down Old National Boulevard in stolen cars? When we got people carjacking you at the on I-20? Tell me what is the problem? No, this gentleman should not be put in jail, and I pray that he's able to sue them, all of them, to take their socks, their beard oil, their nail clippers. I hope he can sue them for everything under the sun. My name is Jason, dearwokec@gmail.com.
I want to talk to like a judge or something. Can I get speak to like a magistrate or something? Like I want to get this resolved because somebody that can think critically.
I'm not understanding because you're saying that you had no muscle control, but yet you wheeled yourself from across the street and somehow got into.
I don't have muscle control after the thoracic 3 vertebrae. Right, so I have hand control. I have hands. I have a.
You're doing exactly what I just asked you to do before when you fell on the floor.
Yeah, because I'm balanced. So, right, when I have 2 hands here.
I told you, going to Grady is punishment. This dude is punishing. I'm sorry, Youngblood is punishing this dude for flopping on the floor. That's it. And he's sitting there. He's literally trying to adjudicate his bad decision. Say, well, you wheeled yourself across the street. As if that means that he could have kicked somebody's door in. This is insanity, y'all. This is insanity.
I always have to hold myself.
So that's one. And two.
What do you mean that's one?
And two, you're saying you can't sit down, but you have to sit in the car.
A specialized cushion. Do you see this cushion that I'm on right here?
Right.
It's a specialized air cushion with specialized compartments. I will get a bed sore if I sit on anything other than this.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't a bed sore when you sit or lay somewhere for a very extended period of time?
It is.
It's not going to be an extended period of time.
I'm saying there's a lot of medical things going on with me. Just throwing me into the back of a car is not going to help anything here.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
There's a lieutenant, or is there somebody else in this building I can talk to? Anybody else in this building that I can talk to?
401, 402. Can you meet me at 35 lobby? Or 403, whoever's available.
Or just wait for my lawyer to get here. That's or can I call my lawyer?
You should already call him, my guy.
Anything other than throwing me.
I mean, you can call your lawyer, but like I said, the warrant is still outstanding, and you're still gonna have to go to jail.
So don't I have to go in front of a judge or be arraigned?
That'll be the next day. What is today? Thursday? It will most likely be tomorrow.
That's nasty work, y'all.
I just can't. There needs to be an exception because of my physical condition.
And that's I'm pretty sure the jail has things that can accommodate you, and you will go with your chair. I'm not saying that I'm going to take you, your chair's going to stay here, your cushion's going to stay here, and you're just going to be asked out in the back seat of a car and then in a hospital and then whatever the case may be.
You're not explaining that to me as you're saying those statements, though, right? So I'm justified in not knowing that information.
Oh, my apologies. I thought that was kind of implied.
He's
that
trying to
when
make
you go, your
himself
chair
sound
would
better.
go with you.
That's not implied to me at all. I haven't been in a police department my entire life. I can know any single thing about this life, right?
My apologies. I'm letting you know right now, your chair will go with you.
Yeah, I'd still love to speak with somebody like of higher
This
tier.
is crazy.
Like I simply cannot accept that like this is the remuneration for this after I've been in contact with you for like a month and a half.
You've been in contact with me for like a couple weeks.
Oh my God.
Months are made of weeks, I guess, you know.
Any supervisor in there 35?
Yeah, like absolutely.
10-4.
Where's 1205?
Yeah, this is insanity, y'all. This is.
So that's why I advise you. That's my sergeant. He'll be able to speak with you.
Can you call dispatch and figure out what's going on with our radio?
Is this the polo shirt? No, it's not.
Pretty crappy day, if I'm being honest.
So, long story short, he has a warrant for ag assault out of here, 411 Fredericksburg Drive, and he needs to be transported. And he's saying that he has obviously a medical condition and that he can't be transported.
I'm really saying that I'd like to speak to a judge or somebody who can adjudicate some aspect of this other than simply taking me to the hospital. Like this is. Like this is.
You better answer the phone.
You better answer the phone.
So really, I would just love some information.
You can speak to a judge right now. You know when you go to court.
I don't know anything about this, honestly. Like this is a complete total surprise to me. I literally have been in communication with this gentleman for a month trying to figure out why in the world I have a warrant. I feel like I was tricked into coming here today.
Tricked into coming.
Yeah, because he told me I could just
so.
come and sign some piece of paper because he didn't have any knowledge about what the warrant was. I have the email that I could show you.
Did you recently get put in a wheelchair or what?
25 years ago.
25 years ago.
When I was shot when I was 18.
Okay, all right. Have we looked up this case number?
You said I kicked in a door?
I didn't say kicked in, I said forced entry was made.
They know they cooked. They know they cooked.
This is your report.
Mm-hmm.
In the email, you said you never talked to me or you don't remember anything about me, and that I could come down to sign a piece of paper to handle it all.
I knew they tricked him to come down there. I knew it because they knew he was in a wheelchair. I knew it. I knew they tricked him.
What's your name, sir?
Charles Reed.
Okay, what's your middle name?
Forrest, like Forrest Gump.
My dude over here on Twitter.
So I don't understand this. Are you saying that you filled out that police report?
That's my report, yes, sir.
So what's the issue today? Like, what's the medical? What's the issue?
He says that he can't be transported because he will get bed sores, and I've explained.
That's not the entirety of like what we're talking about right here. What I'm asking is, please don't throw me in the back of your car, or else like my medical condition will exacerbate and become a problem.
So then I said we could get him to go with Grady, and he says he can't go with Grady.
That's just as bad as what I'm saying. And instead, what I've asked is just to speak to somebody who can critically think about this and tell me some other information other than that.
Why am I going to jail?
Okay, so you do have a warrant, all right, for arrest for aggravated assault. Okay, do you need to go to the hospital?
I don't believe that I need to go to the hospital. But again, I'm a paraplegic. I can't feel that I have a broken bone. I can't feel that I'm bleeding. You know, I can't feel those things. So unless I have the opportunity to like inspect myself, I can't answer that question.
He needs to get cleared before he go to Florida.
Right. I don't know how administratively a lot of this process goes though. So like, you made me feel dumb for not knowing that I can't speak to the judge today. I'm sorry. But is there somebody else that can look into this somehow or determine that? I don't know. Is there somebody I can talk to critically about this? I guess I don't know. Is what I'm asking. Like I don't understand what's happening.
Yes, the judge today, you're gonna go down Fulton County. They ain't gotta throw you in the police car. We have elevator, so take you down there. But yeah, if you don't need to go to the hospital today, you know, like that, you gotta answer for it.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer for it. But how can I do that? Can I stand in front of somebody and talk to them about it now? Like
you can't do it right here, right now that I explained to you. You must go through the whole entire process, meaning getting booked in, taken to jail, going to your first appearance, and then you'll speak to somebody. They'll give you a bond. They'll schedule a court hearing, and then this is when I told you, bring all your documentation. You told me that you went to Grady, that you were shot, and all of that, and that they would then, okay, you know, go further into it, dig into it.
You say you've been like this for 25 years?
25 years. I got murdered when I was 18. I'm 43 right now.
Wait, what?
I was shot on the pavement, like on Moreland Avenue.
You just said you
died.
said
Woke up in Grady with my chest splayed open. It sucked.
You just said you were murdered.
I was murdered.
You take medication or anything?
I take like mental medication, but like body wise.
What medical conditions do you have?
I don't have any physical medical conditions I'm dealing with right now.
No. Okay.
He should have said he got murdered. That's kind
I
of.
don't see no issue why you can't take me downstairs.
I was telling you. So
I don't understand what does it mean taking downstairs.
To take you to Grady to get cleared, and then we'll start the process by taking you to Fulton County.
Can I decline going to Grady? That's just not beneficial.
That's not negotiable. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna extend the process. Because if I take you to Fulton County, they're gonna ask you all these medical questions. You'll answer them, and if for any reason they deem you gotta go to Grady, now I gotta take you from Fulton County to Grady,
or
get you medically cleared from Grady, and take you back to Fulton County. I'm skipping out that one process by taking you straight to Grady, getting you medically cleared, and taking you back to Fulton County. If you understand what I just said.
Or you just let him go.
So I'm actually skipping the little middleman.
So how do we get there? Like, what's the
So can this cushion, this medical cushion, be removed from the chair?
Yes, my belt.
I can put that into the police car that you'll be transported to, so you can sit on that. If that's what's gonna.
Can I transfer into the car? I mean,
We'll assist you into getting into the car, and when we get into Grady, we'll assist you in getting out of the car.
Please let him be able to.
So.
But I can't wheel and move at the same time. Like I can't do that.
What do you mean wheel and move?
Like I can't push with the handcuffs on. I can't move.
That's insane.
I will.
Why are you going to handcuff him?
You can push yourself, or I can wheel you, whatever one you feel most comfortable with. All right, you can wait in front of the elevator right there. You tell me, Sir, 1 second, sir.
You don't want to go to the hospital?
I do not want to go to the hospital.
Would you sign a patient refusal that you refuse to go to the hospital?
Why would I need to sign that? Like why?
Because we offer, I'm asking you, do you need to go to the hospital?
I do not need to go to the hospital.
And you're not going to the hospital against medical advice. So anything happens, anything broke, something happens to injury, we're not responsible.
Isn't he taking me to the hospital?
Yeah, but this is on their end. That's the fire department end. You and me are going to the hospital, yes. But they're saying that they're not calling for you to go to the hospital, that I'm taking you to the hospital. So that's all it is. So it's just releasing them from liability that you denied to go
the same people,
with them.
though? I just don't.
We're the same department, we work for the same city, but we're different departments. That's obviously the fire department, and I am the police department.
So no. So what do I need to do?
If you would like to sign that,
I don't want to sign that.
Okay.
Yeah, he just walked.
If you don't want to sign,
back
that's
there
fine.
somewhere. Basically.
I'm sorry. Patient refusing to go to the hospital against medical advice, refuse all vitals refuse anything to be checked on him. And he's also refusing to sign his patient refusal. Where's the witness? Patient representative.
This is crazy to watch, man.
So Grady is here. So, like I said, whatever is going to be the most comfortable for you to get to Grady is going to be either with them in the back of their ambulance, where you could actually lay down and possibly be more comfortable.
That's very uncomfortable.
Or we can go in the police car and I'll take the
seat.
Sure, we'll have a police car come over and you'll see, but it's going to be a back seat of a car. It's going to be.
I can't get into the back seat of a car. The door doesn't open up wide enough for me.
You got to pick one, either the car or Grady.
Or
there is no in between.
Yes, there is. It's don't do this dumb thing.
He said that he was.
So basically, he has a warrant for ag assault, criminal trespass out of College Park. It was my report. I didn't say kick the door. I said forced entry. Kick the door. So it was forced entry. The woman claims that he assaulted her and
But
choked
anyway,
her.
he got a warrant.
Yeah, so
Okay,
he got a warrant. So now he's trying to go. He says he doesn't want to go in the car. He doesn't want to go in Grady. He says he wants to see a judge now to forego the whole process. I explained to him, you got to go through the whole thing of getting cleared, go to Fulton County, get booked. You got your first appearance.
Well, why does he got to get cleared to go to jail?
Because first he just fell down just now a couple minutes ago, and then just with this him being in a wheelchair. So because I don't want him to go to Fulton and they'll say, all right, take him to Grady, when I could have just took him to Grady in the first place. But I don't know the time to waste. If he wants to go straight to jail, I can do that.
Well, now, how did you get stuck with transport? Is he
No,
what you got going on?
he's not transport. No, he came in to settle the matter with the whole warrant.
83, okay.
All right. So now that's why.
So you came to turn yourself in?
He came to talk to me about the warrant. So I asked him some questions.
Well, he said he had no recollection of me or anything, and that I could come in to clear it up, that I could sign a sheet of paper to clear it up. And so I just simply came in because, of course, it's mistaken identity, and so now I've been thrown on the ground.
You just spell us back.
Thrown on the ground.
You were thrown on the ground? That's where you were.
Well, I was standing here, and I was like, I'm going to fall on the ground, and you let me fall on the ground. So you're right. You did not throw me on the ground. I'm sorry.
So are you going to go to the hospital, go get seen?
I do not want to go to the hospital. It's
I want to go home.
uncomfortable for me to be in any vehicle other than my vehicle. That's why it's a special vehicle with hand controls and all that stuff. In any chair, except for my chair, because I have severe scoliosis. I'm a paraplegic. That probably means a lot to you guys. But me being in any situation other than this wheelchair.
Where's the dog, man?
If you don't go to jail today, you're going to go to jail eventually.
And we're trying to accommodate you. The next officer.
Because you have a warrant, it has to, even if it's mistaken identity, that's something that you have to clear with the judge. So you'll have to get looked at, you'll have to go through the whole motion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay
So you
with
can do
that.
that today, or you can do that another day if you don't feel like going to jail today. I'm willing to let you go the same way you just came. Because we could always come get you another day, but if you want to get this out of the way.
I mean, is there a way that I can get a court appearance and just
You have to go to jail.
Once you have a warrant.
I understand that. Is there a way that I can get just on a date and say, hey, let me show up at 10:30 a.m.
No, the only way to do that is you have to turn yourself in, you gotta go through the process, you gotta go to Fulton County, and then their judge in Fulton will go ahead and release you, make another court date, give you a signature bond, or do whatever they're gonna do. But, that first signature.
So how can I do that in a way that just protects my body the most?
So
Are related?
You're fine. I don't.
So let me ask you if this is something that could work. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Can he? Because he says he has a specialized car that he operates. Can he take himself to Fulton County and we meet him there and we do the whole thing? Or no? Okay, I tried.
I'm fine doing everything right now. I'm not trying to hide from a responsibility. It's clear mistaken identity.
We're attempting to accommodate you.
Can I just finish my statement? I'm very willing to answer to it and talking about it, but I can't do it in a way that's going to break my leg or break my hip or give me or give me an abrasion that's going to turn into a bed sore or things like that. I would love to deal with it. I've been trying desperately to deal with it for a month.
So the only option is the back of the police car, which is a good firm hard seat. It's firm. The ride is about 15 minutes. You'll get there, you'll get booked in, and then like I said, they'll have you see the judge, first appearance, first thing in the morning.
So he's gonna have to stay in
I
jail
have to spend the
overnight.
night.
You'll have to probably spend it.
I simply couldn't do that.
So then, here's my other recommendation, and my final recommendation is turn yourself in tonight around 3 in the morning. That way they can take you to Fulton and you're there right on time for court.
What kind of like meet them? I appreciate that, first of all.
That's-
But can I like meet them there, or are there mechanics behind that?
Because regardless of the matter, you still got to get booked in here as well. You got to get booked. You got to get fingerprinted. All the questions, everything you got to answer
my
downstairs,
gosh, this is
and then
crazy.
you got to go to Fulton County, and then you're gonna go through the whole same process of book, and then you got to wait for first appearance in the morning, and then that's when you'll see the judge for your bond. Excuse me, for your first appearance. They'll let you go on bond or whatever the case may be, and then they'll schedule the court date. They'll let you know everything. And then from then on, that's when I told you. You said you have all these documents. You have all this proof and
I
stuff.
don't have documents. I'm just a guy. I mean, like I have to go get them.
All right, so what are we doing? You want to just get it over with now?
No, it's like I mean,
Where do you live?
I live in downtown, like by Grand Park. Yeah. No, so I mean, if I could, I mean, if you would let me go and come back, like you said, at 3 a.m. or something like that, that would at least give me an opportunity to like take care of my urinary situation, go to the bathroom, eat. You know, I mean, I don't.
I'm good with that. Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
But turn yourself in.
Because the warrant's not going
Fine.
anywhere.
I mean, the whole reason I'm here is because I tried to bring my passport.
Right,
And they were like,
but this is why I'm telling you, if you want it to be smooth, the best thing is come in the middle of the night.
yeah.
That way it's almost the morning. They'll bring you in, book you in, they'll take you to phone, and then you'll see the judge first thing in the morning. It's not a lot of time in between.
Right.
You won't even have time to sleep because it'll be to see the judge.
And you'll be in your chair, so you won't have to worry about being uncomfortable moving
Okay, so
around.
I should come back like here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like right in here? Is there a way that I can get your card?
I won't be here tonight, but you just come in. Just come in.
I know, I just don't want to get thrown on the ground by somebody
No, you
again.
won't. You won't.
That's what I thought the first time.
Listen, you'll come in.
He
There's gonna
overselling
be
it.
somebody here in the middle of the night. You're gonna come in and tell them that you have a warrant. You were here alert, but you're here to turn yourself in. They're gonna pull your name. They're gonna see you have the warrant. They're gonna escort you downstairs. Take you up. We got an elevator. They'll take you downstairs. They'll go ahead and book you in, and then go ahead and take you to Fulton County. Once you get to Fulton, they'll drop you off. Those guys, when you go to intake, you'll see that, you know, you gotta go to intake. The nurse is gonna say, you know, give you a medical history, you're gonna tell them everything's okay, you know, and then
This is
as soon as
preposterous.
that's done, they're gonna go ahead and send you up, because by that time, it's gonna be morning time for court. And then the judge will see you, and then the judge will say, okay, signature,
Hey, how you doing?
bond, whatever. The judge, you know, you're not a career criminal or you know, killer or anything, so it's probably, you know, they do anything from a signature bond to a very, very low bond. And then you'll get out of jail.
I'm assuming you've never been in any issues with the police before?
You have, but
What, traffic citations?
I can't even think of anything, no.
Then, like you said, either signature bond or extremely low bond.
yeah.
How did this happen? Like, did somebody just,
As I mentioned before, the young lady, she gave me your name, spelled it out.
you went over there and talked to her?
She spelled it out and she described your appearance to me.
She said wheelchair?
She didn't say wheelchair, she just gave me your term.
What did
Discuss
she
the
say?
case. Don't discuss the case.
So, other than
But
that,
that's it. So
Can I have my keys and my phone?
I think
I never took your keys, I do have your phone.
I think that's the best bet for you to just turn yourself in the middle of the night. All right?
Did you know all this when you were telling me to come here?
It doesn't matter whether you know it or not. The job
do. No, no, it's just-
our job is to take people into custody. So whatever means you got here, but because of your situation, he's accommodating you by not letting you have to stay in Fulton and be uncomfortable all night till tomorrow.
Thank you.
Now we're giving you the opportunity to, you know, willingly come in at 3 in the morning. We got a current address on him.
I can get one.
Let's get a current address on
you
him.
do.
We're gonna get a current address on you.
This is your current address?
We want you to willingly turn yourself in tonight. That way we can get it over and you can be done with this and not have to worry about it. Okay? And then if you can't turn yourself in, I mean, you need to. But remember, we can always go get you. But we don't want to do that. We want
And
you
then
to
that would be
turn
less
yourself
accommodating.
Well, yeah, I get that. It's like, it hasn't happened like 9 months ago. It seems like it
Right, I
would have kind of happened
understand.
then. I don't know.
I understand, but
They tricked him to get in here. They tricked him. He knew that.
That's fine.
That's gonna be up to between you and the civil attorney or whatever the hell is gonna be between that.
All right, well, thank you very much.
All right, so good luck.
That's crazy, man. I really hope they're able to sue. I really hope this guy is able to sue. I really do. Again, y'all know I'm pro police, but my goodness, in the morning, that is the most glaring negligence, lack of thinking, using some common sense that I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of police cases. That right there, that is crazy. That's crazy. And when you know that the woman has a history of lying on people, the woman has a long history of insurance fraud and Airbnb fraud, fake police reports, all that kind of stuff that is clear. Like all the dude did, all this gentleman's attorney did was just did a Google search using a woman's name and found all these cases of her lying and false reporting, all that kind of stuff like that. And realized that this man's life is going to be turned upside down. Wife and kids, now his wife going to be looking at him sideways. That's deplorable. That is insane. And this woman came back and said that she lied. And I really believe it's this young guy that did not want to hear the case when the woman called in to say, like, hey, I lied. I'm lying. That's crazy. This is out of control. I really hope the guy's able to sue. I will do my very best, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I did not watch it, so I was watching it with y'all. And man, this is crazy. But I'm gonna do my very best to keep my eyes on this and report back as soon as I know something else. I know his attorney's been on Twitter talking about this case. So as soon as I can get some more information, if I can get him on here, I'm gonna do my best. His name is Andrew Fleischman. If I can talk to him or find out more about this, I will definitely do it because this is insane. I'm taken aback on just how bananas this is because I thought it was crazy when we read it earlier, but I didn't know how crazy it was. I was like, oh, it's crazy, but it's not that crazy. Oh, it's real crazy. All right. All right. I'm actually just looking to see if he maybe has reported anything new on this. Okay, nope. He has not said anything new about it. I'm gonna just keep looking, but as soon as I find out something, I'll make sure I let y'all know. I'm just looking to see if anything. I don't see anything, so I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Thank you so much. I hope that we'll be able to come back to this for sure. But thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you so much, James. New to the channel, I believe. I haven't seen you before, but shout out to you. Grace and peace. Thank you, Lynette. Raynette, always for stopping through. I appreciate you, Laura. Thank you as well. All of them. Thank you so much, Apex. I appreciate y'all. How about a poll on the Detective Fire Council? Okay, that's a good point. I appreciate you. Let's get that poll up there. So, is it the detective or the young blood police officer? Because that's the one I want. That's the one I think is. I think he wanted the older guy that was back there eating lunch. He wanted him to come out there and do what that woman just did. All right. All right. Let me start with the. All right. Putting this in there. All right. All right. Got the poll up. There you go. Shout out to you. What's correction officer say? That ignorant cop that yanked him out of the chair. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. And whether or not the guy flopped out of the chair, in my opinion, is totally irrelevant. He should never have been in that position in the first place. So if he flopped out of the chair and he gets Ken Nugent, and they sue them for an arm and a leg and take the guy's shoes and all the tires off of his car, I don't care. He deserves it. He should have looked at this and said, "Uh-oh, how about this one? You go back to your house. I need to go talk to the detective. There's no way he should have even arrested this guy. I understand it's a warrant. I understand it's a bad deal, but there's no way he should have even arrested that guy. Should have even been playing with him. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much, man. By the way, let me just say thank you to Ma Dale with the $5 super. Thank you, Jim, for the $2 super sticker as well. Thank you, Mike, for the $2 as well. And yes, again, Mike, thank you so much. He said he voted fired. I'm sorry. This video did not make them look good at all. I'm sorry. And they knew it. They knew it was cooked. That's why all of the guys who came to help the guy get back up in the wheelchair, they all said, I'm out of here. They probably took an early break, early lunch. Oh, Rice Street. You don't know what Rice Street is? Rice Street is the notorious Fulton County Jail. You are more likely as a seasoned gang member to die at Rice Street than you are to die on the street. That's how bad Rice Street is. Rice Street is, it's Fulton County's jail. This is the one where the guy died with bed bugs all over him. People get shanked all the time. Fulton County, oh my gosh. Yeah, oh, just do a Google search for Rice Street. Rice Street, and it's a mess. Look, I'm fine with retraining, demote him down to kindergarten cop and retrain him properly. I agree. I'm sorry. And again, I might be super sensitive because my mom is a handicap. She's wheelchair bound. So I know what a hassle it is when her van breaks down or something crazy happens. So, and for them to treat that guy, and I knew it when we watched the video earlier today, I said they tricked him to come down there because they knew they wouldn't be able to get him out of the house. I knew it. And lo and behold, they did exactly what I thought. So I understand training. I understand that, but there should be a level of like, hold on, let me think about this for a second. This don't make no sense. Let me call down there. Let me send him home and let me call the DA's office and ask some more questions. Because otherwise you're going to look like he looks terrible. And again, this doesn't, and I think he could have, and just to say, well, the law does this, and then hear the guy say, it doesn't mean he couldn't have punched somebody. That's crazy. And he didn't even have the temerity to even come out and meet the guy and find out who he was. Because the black guy with the polo shirt, he knew. He's like, look, this don't make no sense. This guy didn't punch nobody. This guy ain't breaking into nobody's house. This guy didn't force his way into somebody's crib. He knew it. But the guy that's back there eating his lunch, eating the Jim and Nick's in the back, he should have come up there and looked and met the guy and said, hold on, what are we doing? Because notice everybody who's there left. There was no other, his sergeant left, the dude in the polo left, the other black guy with the beard left. Nobody helped that young guy do this. That's why, because they all knew that they was cooked. They knew they was cooked. They just knew it. I can't even imagine I can't imagine having 2 legs walking into Rice Street, much less being in a wheelchair. What was this? He wasn't with a FTO, so he wasn't a probationary officer. He wasn't a rookie, but definitely wasn't a seasoned. I agree 100,000%. And he again, I think everybody knew that they was cooked. That's why if you go back, matter of fact, the video is on Atlanta News First. Let me double check wherever I got it from. I'll make sure y'all go back and watch it. Notice every officer that was there is not there at the end because they all knew that they were wrong. And they's like, no, this is a mess. And I'm probably going on a limb again. This has probably happened before. They probably have had something similar to this. Maybe not this scene as a wheelchair guy kicking in a door, but they probably have had something similar to this. And they're like, yo, I bet you if we could look into it, I bet you they have. I don't know the officer's name. Well, you know what? He does mention it at the very beginning. He does say his name. Hold on, let me bring it back up.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. My name is Officer Ballard.
Officer Ballard. If I'm not mistaken, Officer Ballard is the one that the woman called. Okay, now this was not supposed to be a long video, y'all. So now I got to go back to my video from earlier because I think Officer Ballard is the one that did not take the call from the woman when she called to say that she was lying. Hold on one second. Oh man, I really think that's right. Hold on one second. All right, right here. So, okay, so all right, so yeah, let me bring this in. I found it real quick. So Officer Ballard, that's the guy that, let me rewind this again real quick so we can all hear him again.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. My name is Officer Ballard.
Okay, Ballard. All right. Officer Ballard. Ballart is what I'm thinking, Ballard. Okay, so that's the officer that is responsible for this. Again, I think he could have made some different decisions. He could easily see that this is not going the way that he anticipated. There's not some big burly guy that's out here causing havoc. Okay, so earlier when we watched that video of, all right, let's bring this in. Okay, let's hear this real quick. Oh, probably need to bring it. Probably need to let y'all see it, right? How about that? All right, one in the chat when y'all can hear. Let's go.
Woman is very mentally ill. Okay. She's not well. They say, oh, she's sick. Okay. Sorry to hear that. We're going to go see her. Family's going to come in. Now, when they see her, she confesses that she made the story up. Totally. No, that didn't happen. Never happened. They say, we're going to go down to the police station together. We're going to try to recant the story. Okay. We want to go down there and explain that she's crazy. Parents, the woman, everything. But no one will speak to them at Fanny's office. Look, dear Detective Gray, this case.
Okay. Detective Gray. Okay.
Number from June 15, 2024 was filed on behalf of Officer M. Beloit. It has been brought to my attention that my mental state and physical
okay, Officer Beloit. So that's him. So they're reaching out to Detective Gray, but Beloit, Belotte, is the officer, is the young blood that was there that's taking this. All right. So, all right, let's back up. Let's keep going.
Trauma in that moment were to confuse me into providing information that needs to be edited. Will you please contact me at your convenience so I can edit the information in the report and clear the name of an innocent man? Okay, so this is the woman who's sending the letter. Hey, I was not well. I was in a hysterical mental breakdown. Okay, like I was lost. I've totally lost it. So let me edit the report and clear this dude's name. Okay, after weeks of calling, so this defense lawyer calls for weeks, an innocent dude. I finally managed to get in touch with someone at this police department. I lay out all the evidence.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop because I'm about to rage quit.
I asked them to please
look at this. Look at this. You see it. Officer Beloit, the young blood, is the one that did not want to help. Look at that. I can't believe this. This is preposterous.
Dismiss the warrant. I've done this specifically. I have sat across from prosecutors. And one time I brought the iPad and I shoved it in his face. I said, look, I asked them to please dismiss the warrant because they won't. They won't answer emails. They won't answer phone calls. They don't give a crap at all. It's not their kids. It's not their life. It's not their liberty. They don't care. So I asked them to please dismiss the warrant. Can you please just get rid of it? This guy's an open warrant on him. I include an email from the woman that's recanting. Here's the response the defense attorney got back. Good morning. I would like to inform you that Officer Beloit does not wish to speak to you regarding this case. Okay. This matter will need to be handled through the courts. I recommend reaching out to the Fulton County DA's office.
All right. So there we go. Here, let me drop this video for Robert Esquire in the chat as well. All right, I just dropped that in there so you can go back and watch that if you wanted to. The timestamp is about, give or take, about 6.5 minutes in. It's only a 10-minute, 11-minute video, so it's almost halfway through. But yeah, there it is right there. So that officer, Youngblood, that we were watching earlier, and just to bring it back in here, he did not want to help that man. That's just preposterous, man.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. My name is Officer Ballard.
There you go. Now, unless there's somebody else, unless he's saying Ballart, but if he's saying Beloit, then that's him. That is sad, man. That is sad. That is terrible, because that young guy is sitting there doing something. Again, we can hide behind it being the warrant, but that's crazy. Yeah, and matter of fact, I just did a quick Google search for that name. Yeah, they're saying that that's him. That is the guy. Here's an article on it too, just in case you want to do some more looking into it. Yeah, it was him. So he is the one that did not want to help the man with the situation after the fact. That is very sad. That's sad, especially given the fact that you can tell that they were cooked. You can tell they were wrong. You can tell it. So, but y'all, thank you so much, man, for tapping in with me. Thank you so much for this. This was rough, man. I feel so bad for that guy. I feel really bad for him, especially given the fact, if it was still like a hot possibility and it's just like maybe he roughed her up, but the fact that the woman just outright said, I was having a mental crisis and I was lying, and nobody did the right thing to try to get this resolved for him, to me is just really bad look. But praise God, y'all. This is wild. All right. So y'all keep I'm gonna stop because I feel like I'm searching through to see if this is still going. Where is this going? But I'm gonna leave it alone because it'll probably make me even sadder when I find out. I'm just looking to see if I see more about this case, but this is craziness, y'all. All right, thank you so much. No, this is horrible, man. This is horrible. But yeah, if you want to look out, there's a couple other articles about it. Of course, and this article does have some more the video footage that we watched as well. Oh, yeah, I did tell you I was gonna give you that video footage. Sorry about that. Let me do that, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take President Firstborn to the airport in the morning. All right. I need to go and get myself psyched up. All right, real quick, if you needed it, if you want to watch it, here's the video that we just watched. I just dropped it in the link in the chat. I dropped a couple articles about it, as well as Robert's video as well. Man, hopefully more people will be talking about this. God, I see it on. Oh wait, is this a? Okay, this is the last one, y'all. I'm sorry. This is really bothering me. So y'all are going to be my cathartic. Y'all are my trauma. We're going to trauma bond tonight. All right, this is the very last. I promise you, the very last video. We're not going to do another one. Got one more. Okay, I promise you. This is the last one. This is a news report about this. So this is it. Though. No more after this. I think I'm gonna stop looking. That's the problem. I need to stop looking for. All right, let me drop this out of the way. All right, bring this in. There we go. Okay, last one because I want to hear it. So we might as well do it together. Let's go.
News now at 7. A Metro Atlanta Police Department now under fire for how it investigated an alleged attack and home invasion.
So what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
An Atlanta News First investigation uncovered evidence that woman may have fabricated her story.
Hold on, let me back this
Investigative
up.
reporter.
Let me see what time. When was this? Okay, so this was June 15th, 2024. I'm sure somebody's going to probably find the body cam footage and bring it and drop it in DearWoke dearwokec@gmail.com. I will not be mad if somebody does that and we watch it tomorrow. I will not be mad if somebody does that because y'all are right. Just the sentence alone right here. And given the fact that young blood, Beloit is the one that's taking this testimony, should have already stopped it right there in its tracks. Should have stopped it dead in its tracks. He's the one that's taking the woman's testimony, and he's the one that's arresting the guy in the wheelchair. Okay. Preposterous. Okay. I'm sorry.
Fire for how it investigated an alleged attack and home invasion.
So what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
An Atlanta News First investigation uncovered evidence that that woman may have fabricated her story. Investigative reporter Andy Parati found it led to the arrest of a man who says he is innocent.
536, just confirming you're advising signal 20, front door.
College Park police respond to a home in June 2024.
Oh, thank God.
All right, how you doing?
After Catherine Jensen says her ex-boyfriend attacked her minutes before they arrived.
So what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out. Tried to get the keys from my hand of my truck.
So he grabbed you by your neck?
Mm-hmm. Handling myself. I'm too small.
You say he kicked the door in?
He did.
Charles Reed is the man Catherine claimed broke into her home.
Okay, wait. She says kick the door in. Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh. So Beloit is being dishonest when he said he did not say in the foyer where the guy came to the police station that he kicked the door in. She literally says it. And let me back up so y'all can hear. Y'all, we are not going to be here all night. Oh my God.
They arrived.
So what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out. Tried to get the keys from my hand of my truck.
So he grabbed you by your neck?
Mm-hmm. Handling myself. I'm too small.
You say he kicked the door in?
He did.
Charles Reed is the man Catherine claimed broke into her home and assaulted her.
She said I kicked in the door.
And why is that a problem?
Because I'm in a wheelchair and have been for 25 years.
Oh, come on.
Charles cannot move his legs. He's paraplegic following an accident when he was a teenager. Andrew Fleischman is Charles' attorney.
She describes that he's of average build,
Tall, short.
Average height.
that he has brown hair, that he's in black clothing.
So all black?
I want to say yes, sir.
But not that he's in a wheelchair. Never mentions it. And that is probably the number one thing you'd mention about somebody.
Especially as they're running away.
On foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
Charles and Catherine did date, but it was more than 20 years ago. They never kept in touch.
Y'all, this is grimy, extra grimy. Yo, he ran away on foot. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I might have to try to find this attorney and see if we can get him on the show. This guy needs as much support as possible. This is crazy. Can you imagine this happening to anybody else? Can you imagine an able-bodied person it not being such an egregious, this guy's in a wheelchair and been in a wheelchair for 25 years. What if he was just an average Joe? Man, this is scary. This is scary. Okay. Yeah, he ain't your ex at the 25, at the 2 decades, at the 2.5 decades. Nah, it's nah, y'all not an item anymore. What's going on, K-Dub? K-Dub is a police officer. Shout out to him. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to give the young police officer some grace. Now that I know that he's the one that actually took her witness statement, and she said things in here like he ran, he took her truck, he tried to take her truck, he choked her out, he kicked the door down. This officer now I think is even more in trouble than he was before. Back up just a little smidgen. Let's go.
Foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
Charles and Catherine did date, but it was more than 20 years ago. They never kept in touch. He's been married for a decade with a newborn. And the day of the alleged attack, Charles says he was at a dinner party with friends.
Did police contact you at all?
No, not at all. Not a single time.
You didn't get a phone call?
Not a phone call.
You didn't get an email?
Not an email. Not a visit.
No one questioned you about this?
Nope.
For 9 months, Charles says he had no clue officers had a warrant out for his arrest for aggravated assault. until the federal government alerted him when he tried to renew his passport. So he emailed Officer McKinley Boletti and set up a time to meet at the police department last month.
Then I finally go up there, literally knowing absolutely.
Told you it was the young blood. It was the young blood. The young blood. I'm sorry. I told y'all he didn't have a beard. I told y'all that. I knew he didn't have a beard. No. Go on somewhere, sit down.
Absolutely nothing about it. I essentially surrendered myself because I was that innocent.
According to the body camera video, Officer Boletti questioned whether he was actually disabled.
Unfortunately, you do have the warrant out for your arrest, so I'm going to have to place you into custody.
Is this a joke?
Charles warned the officer putting handcuffs on would likely make him fall because of his paralysis.
I'm sitting there literally exactly like this in my chair. And so he handcuffs me and I'm like, hey, like just FYI, like I can't move. I literally can't. I don't have muscle control.
It's too late.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have broken my hip and died like very quickly.
How did they respond?
They literally sat there and just watched me writhe on the ground.
The officer still didn't believe Charles was disabled. Neither did his supervisor, who never put his eyes on Charles before saying this.
It's a ruse, man. So I mean, it's an obvious attempt to not to go to jail. So
a fellow officer disagreed.
Might need to call the district attorney's office.
Praise
the
God
door
for that
was
guy.
kicked in. He didn't kick it in.
Finally, Officer Boletti admits he could be wrong.
Because now it's looking like she might have made a false report.
He started to hurt me about March of this year. And
A year before Catherine claimed Charles assaulted her, the Noonan Police Department, about 30 miles away, arrested her for theft and forgery after allegedly filing a false police report claiming someone stole from her. Fleischman says officers have access to a state database identifying prior arrests, but Officer Boletti never mentions Catherine's arrest record in the incident report.
I've never seen a case where somebody was so clearly innocent and it would take so little work to establish it, and nobody was willing to do the work.
it was a tumultuous relationship.
According to this email obtained by Charles' attorney, Catherine wrote to a College Park police detective this week asking to change her statement, writing, "My mental state and physical trauma in that moment worked to confuse me. Please contact me at your convenience so I can edit the information in the report and clear the name of an innocent man."
How's this impacted you?
Well, I haven't been able to leave my house in a meaningful way in 2 or 3 months, just out of fear that I'll be picked up for an arrest warrant.
Has the police department apologized?
Not a single bit. Haven't heard a word from them. In fact, we've been trying to get into communication with them repeatedly, both me and my lawyer.
Because ultimately, that's all we're asking for, just to be adults. Take responsibility when you make a mistake and try to fix it.
Wow.
College Park Police did not respond to repeated requests for comment about this case. We reached out to Catherine Jensen. She also did not respond, but her mother says she now acknowledges Charles did not attack her. Catherine has not been charged in this case. Charles' attorney says the DA's office plans to drop his charges. Andy Parati, Atlanta News First, investigates.
To watch the full body camera video of Charles inside the
Yo, this thing right here is crazy town. Wow, please turn your... Right, maybe she should turn herself in. I agree. She should walk herself in there. This lazy Lima bean cops. Oh my gosh. They should drop the charges, but I'm sorry. He needs I don't know who it is. I don't know, somebody. Ken Nugent, Morgan and Morgan. He needs to sue the socks off of them. Oh my gosh, this is so terrible. What does correction officers say? Cyber room point of info. If ever placed in cuffs, make sure you note if the officer double lock your cuffs. If not, it's possibly a danger to your blood circulation to be cut off. Hint, wink, wink. Wow. Thank you so much for that. That's fine, but I want him to look. If the brother, this guy should be properly compensated for that. I can't imagine. He had my anxiety up just thinking about him getting arrested again, like I told y'all. My mother has had issues with her, with her car before. She had an issue with insurance one time. That's a horrible thing. Thankfully, I can think of, thankfully she was allowed to leave. But one time, I mean, yes, Mama dear old Christian ain't a rebel without a cause. But she's had some silver bracelets on a time or two. This is such a sad story. And he ran out. And I think also is extra bad because the gentleman that was going to arrest him is the one that took the police report, the incident report from the woman. If it had been two different police, maybe it would make, but he literally heard her say, kicked in the door, choked me out, tried to steal my truck, ran away. Like he heard her say that. And he's looking at this man in a wheelchair as if he came in the wheelchair as a ruse or something, like literally like, oh, let me go get a wheelchair from the thrift store and wheel myself in here like that. Come on, man. That's crazy. I think they did a good job. I think, there's some punitive damages for sure. I think they did a good job of even framing this in a way that the news article, they framed it in a way that kept you engaged. And then they said, surprise, he's in a wheelchair. I did not expect this to go this long. What did you say, James? He didn't believe that he was a pair. As if somebody would fake it. Now there are some grimy people. Let's tell the truth. There's some grimy people, but like that, and he's willing to give you evidence to that fact. Like you can call my doctor. Give me a few minutes. I can get the paperwork. All that kind of stuff like that. You think he would just for this? Come on, man. Don't do it, Mike. Don't start drinking. Don't start drinking, Mike. Don't do it. Don't give in, Mike. Don't give in. So that was wild. Okay, like I told y'all, I'm not going to look at any more. No more. I'm not searching anymore. Let me look. I just said I'm not going to search anymore. Than I said, let me look. Here, let me grab this. Here. Also, let me drop this link in here for y'all. If y'all want to watch this again, and again, I do not approve of anybody getting the body cam of the woman giving her story, because I'm sure the body cam is available. So I don't approve of anybody going and finding the body cam and emailing it to me. I do not approve of that. I do not approve of you doing that. dearwokec@gmail.com. Do not send that to me. Don't do it. Yeah, there's some Twilight Zone craziness right here. This is some what's that show? Black Mirror. Is that the name of the show? Black Swan or something? Like it's like from my understanding, it sounds like the Twilight Zone. When people have explained it to me, it sounds like the Twilight Zone to me. Because I'm looking at this video again and I'm like, yo, you just wanted to believe something. Because I'm gonna show you one more thing on this video. Let me bring it back up. I know I just told you I'm gonna stop, but I'm very bothered by this. Okay, look at this. Look right here.
Confirming you're advising signal 20, front door.
Look how narrow that walkway is. You want me to believe that man got that wheelchair in there? For real? Y'all need y'all heads knocked together. You really think that man got his, and the thing is, the dude that was going to arrest him, you can see this. You can see that he has his wheelchair. And you let the sergeant say, well, he could have hit it with his hand. Like, are you for real? And you knew, like the officer knew that the guy had allegedly choked her. So that's a whole nother game. Does he honestly believe this man could have choked the woman? Besides the fact he didn't get in the building. Yo, that is some wild stuff. And then he ran away. Right. And then he ran away. So, that's the name of the show. It is called Black Mirror. Okay. Is it, am I right? Is that like an updated Twilight Zone? Because it sounds like the Twilight Zone. Every time I've heard it, somebody describe something, I'm like, oh, that sounds like the Twilight Zone. Let me see. Man, y'all are wild, man. I don't know, but he mad now because that woman gonna get his job taken away. The DMV knows that I'm paraplegic because in order to drive and parking permit, you have to have a doctor's note and problems And the problem is, and that's true, my mom has to go get renewed all the time. We're actually probably she's gonna probably stop driving soon. But to the point that you're making, thank you, James. Yes, in order for her to have that handicap license plate and the handicap placard that she puts on her mirror, or that she can put on the mirror, she has to have doctor's evidence that she actually is that she actually is a wheelchair bound person. So yes, good catch. Excellent catch. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Every time somebody's described it to me, I just miss Rod Sterling, boy. I just miss that. Oh, miss that. I never really liked the Outer Limits, but the Twilight Zone, you can sign me up for that. Oh, I love the Twilight Zone. If she was choked, why didn't she ask to have her neck checked out for wounds? He failed to ask pertinent questions. I agree, because looking at this video, we're gonna pull the video back in. Okay, here we go. Looking here.
College Park police respond to a home in June 2024.
Oh, thank God.
All right, how you doing?
After Catherine Jensen says her ex-boyfriend attacked her minutes before they arrived.
Okay,
so what happened?
He kicked in the door.
Okay, if he attacked her minutes before, that means, let's just say 10 minutes before, 20 minutes before. Her neck is not swollen. She has no bruises on her neck or anything like that, and he choked her out. Okay. I'm sorry. Officer Beloit is wrong as two left shoes. There's just too many questions. Too many questions. Now, again, if she just said some random dude on the street, maybe that, sadly, some random dude could have probably get put in jail. But she literally brought up somebody who's wheelchair bound. That's the part that's making me really nervous. And it's like, what if she said about anybody else? And they didn't have such an obvious, clear, medically proven alibi. Like that's scary. And it's gone this far. That dude would have had to go to jail. I don't know if I got to follow up. You got to go into jail. You got to get an attorney, and that's going to always be on his record. He's always going to have a felony on charge on his record, even if they drop the charges. If I'm not mistaken, y'all let me know. My legal minds over here. If he has on his record a felony aggravated assault, and they drop the charges, does that get expunged off of his record so it'll never show up again, or what? Let me know. Look, President Firstborn is going to go to law school, Lord willing. She starts college in the fall. I've said that I will apply for law school, and if she really truly is going to go, I will try my best to go to law school alongside her. So, I want her to be successful, and I will, look, you got your old man as a study buddy as best as possible. Also, it will not be on his record. Okay. So if Fonnie and them drop it, it's not going to be on his record. Now, what if they don't drop it, but he's found innocent of it because a woman lied, but the DA never drops it off of him? Does that matter? Or is that even a thing? Apex or correctional officer? Wait. What did he say? It can be expunged and sealed. Okay. All right. I just don't want. Look, I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for him, and I also feel bad for his family. Like his wife. Thankfully, they didn't bring her up on, interview her. But she got to be looking at him sideways. You know what I'm saying? Like that's horrible. If the officer had no common sense when seeing him, right? And he already knew all the facts. He knew that the woman said that the guy tried to steal her truck and he choked her out and kicked the door in. She said, kick the door in. So he probably already said kick the door in to my guy, the wheelchair guy. Y'all, this is so sad. Wait, what did he say? Uh-oh, there is no try. You're right. You're right, Raynette. I got you. Guilty as charged. I know what Yoda said. I know. All right, we'll say, yes, he can go through and have a judge of sponges. Isn't it? But isn't that the part that makes you upset, though? He has to go and do all that. Look, again, like y'all know, my support of the criminal justice system is to stay my happy self out of the criminal justice system. So the fact that this man, a paraplegic, has to go through all this and prove that he did not kick in somebody's door, and you hear it when the guy's asking the questions. They're asking the questions like he lying. Like, how long you been in a wheelchair? What happened to you? Like, it is so embarrassing, man. It's sad. I don't know. That's a fantastic question. Yeah, I mean, everybody knew he wasn't faking except Beloit. I'm sorry. I would have been like, yeah, about this case, let me drop this in the shredder in the Hillary Clinton 3000. Be like, oh, I don't know what y'all talking about. Get out of here. Get out of here. And we'd have said, look, we got to come back another day. Like, bring us the paperwork. We got to get this. To me, it would have made much more sense. And then call and say, yo, I saw the guy. The dude is in a wheelchair. He's got all his paperwork. Y'all need to drop this case. But he's talking about trying to arrest the guy and all this, putting him in a chair and bed sores and all that kind of stuff like that. I try my best. Now, tomorrow I got to go to the airport. So we're going to probably go around. 285. Oh, you heard that? You caught that one? It costs about $25,000 to $100,000 on average to have this. That's insane. That's insane. And they don't look like they balling. They don't look like, again, and that guy's got to go through all that for somebody who lied, and that woman is not going to jail. Y'all, come on. That's just sad. That is sad. Because this could be anybody. This could have happened to anybody. Because if this had been an able-bodied person, then it's a wrap. He'd have been cooked. I don't stop for gas. I do not stop for gas in what's called. I do not stop for gas in Fulton at all. Now that is a true statement. It has got to be. It's got to be a very bad situation. Like, I only let my wife get gas in Fulton. I would much rather her. I'm gonna take care of the gas for all the cars. You do not have to stop and get gas. That's my look. That's what I do for y'all. Like, just make sure you come home safe. Okay, what does it say? Those officers could have let that guy walk out, pun intended, the door, and he then travels to California, still been arrested because he had a felony warrant from the DA. That's true. I'm saying let him go home, because everybody can clearly see that this is a case of false identity, false claim, whatever the terminology that they use. Let him go home and just do the due diligence and say, hey, that's not your guy. That wasn't him. That's it. Now, I know that's a little bit outside of the police officers' normal parlance, but what makes them better doing this, though? That's the part I don't get. Doing this now, we are now talking for better than almost 2 hours, and you add to the stream I did earlier. So we've been talking about this for better than 2 hours. It's on Atlanta news. A lot of people are talking about it now. How did that make y'all look better? It makes y'all look incompetent. Now we're thinking, well, when something really bad happens, they're not going to do a good job. And I do think they went in CYA. The problem is they could have covered their butts better by just doing the due diligence. Clearly somebody didn't do. And again, I cannot say this enough. Right. All of this should have been done. That's all that we are in agreement, Apex. We are in compliance, my brother. We are in harmony. That's it. And the only part that's like more frustrating, and the only reason I'm still talking about it, is the police officer that was going to arrest the man took this woman's statement. So he knew, and allegedly this happened 10 minutes before, 20 minutes before, an hour before he came. So this was fresh. So he is the one that knew the most information, and he's the one that's also at this.
You're the one I've been emailing recently?
He's also this guy. He's the one that arrested the man or wanted to arrest the man. To me, I think that's untenable. Now, if it had been two different police officers, again, maybe we could understand. But it's literally, he is the one. And many people said it in this video. Oh, this is your case. Oh, you wrote this up and so forth. So he knew it. He knew the woman said, kick the door in. He knew the woman said that he was trying to steal her truck and ran away on foot. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. But he was not arrested for months. Right. But once they finally figured out who it was, because she gave him the name and they searched him out, he said they had been in email communication for about a month. So when was this done? This was March 20th, 2025. So they started emailing, give or take, around Valentine's Day. He said a month and a half, a month, let's just split it in the middle. So he already knew, I'm sure he could have done some quick research on the guy's transportation. He had his address. He knew where he lived. He had his phone number. Why did he not do a little bit of research? Like, hold on, this guy has a handicap tag. He could have did a little bit of due diligence on his own police strength and found out a lot more than just pop up in here and the guy is in a wheelchair and he's like, oh, this is weird. He had to take the report. No, I'm saying he took the report. He also is the one that is here in the lobby talking to the guy, so he can compare. He knows most about the report. Because again, she says kick the door in, choking, stole my truck, was trying to steal my truck, and ran away on foot. You know that this ain't it. I understand, but I just like they made the decision, the unilateral decision not to arrest him right there in the lobby, but let him go home and turn himself in. Just like they did that, they could have done, because that's outside of that was being a little bit gracious. When this man realized that this guy is handicapped, instead of saying, yo, I got to arrest you, he could have done the exact same thing then and said, yo, I got to arrest you, but you got to go home, bring all of your paperwork, bring your attorney, and you got to turn yourself in tonight at 3:00. Bring your attorney, have all your stuff in a row. When you go talk to the judge, bring it all. He could have done that too. Just as easy as that officer, the woman, did when she came in. That's all my 2 cents. And they could have looked into her records. Again, Andrew Fleischman showed you that he just did a Google search of her name and all this information came up. And that's just on the normal, the Goyim Google, right? That's just us, not on the police side, on the law enforcement side. This is my little 2 cents. And again, I think it's super bad that young blood did not, his superior, he needed that guy back there eating the Jim and Nick's back there to come up there to the front. Because I really think that would have changed the complexity of this conversation. So I think his leadership let him down. So yeah, you got the onus that the DA has filled out a warrant, but I bet you if his commanding officer, whoever the guy was, a sergeant or whatever, had left his lunch and came up there and looked, they would have come up with a better solution. Because clearly they could have. That's what the woman did. So it can't be they were hamstrung. They only could do this. Because clearly the woman let him go. And he could have been on the lam. He could have jet set to another country, all that kind of stuff you want to believe. But they let him go then. So clearly it could have happened 10, 15, 20 minutes before then. That's all I'm saying. Okay. This is bad all around. I just think we're putting too much in the lap of the police. Well, the police are the ones that are going to execute the warrant. That's the only reason I'm saying, because they're the ones, if he had not fought for it and really made a big fuss about it, they would have put him in jail. And he would have been there overnight at Rice Street or at Grady or wherever until the next day. Maybe he would have got a bond. Maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe he would have had a medical incident. Who knows? So they would have been the ones that had done that. It's not the DA that was arresting him. It wasn't the woman, the crazy woman that lied on him. It wasn't her that was arresting him. It was the police. So that's why I'm putting the onus on the police. But that's just my little 2 cents. I think there's a lot of problems. I don't think I don't know what the judges know when they sign warrants. Are they just taking the word of the DA? And the DA is just taking the word of the police officer. The police officer, again, the same police officer that gave the DA the information about the guy is the police officer that was about to arrest the guy in a wheelchair. So he knew he was, again, I'm putting all that on him because he knew a lot more than everybody. Oh, the sheriff issue warrant. Say, I don't even know. I'm sorry. I mean, Grady has a bad history. That's for sure. Yeah, like it was just a ruse. Like he didn't even go out there to look. If he had went out there and looked at him and said, man, that dude be out there playing football on the weekends. Man, that dude's a ruse. I would have been like, okay. And then he at least looked at him. He didn't even look at him. He just said it based upon what? That's what I'm saying. Like I'm looking forward to hearing how he gets. I agree. Like, you know what? Y'all like to do these little polls. So let me bring another poll in here. I agree. I think it's on Beloit. Okay, all right. I'm trying to do this, and y'all know y'all love these polls. I kind of like them too. So all right. You like my green hat? Oh, so I asked you earlier, what's the fate of the young officer? 62% of y'all said he's fired. Some of y'all demoting him. Some of y'all put him in Rice Street. I love it. I love it. All right, let me get this last poll in here. How are we still here talking? All right. All right. Who do you blame most? All right. All right. All right. I'm just having fun. So, yeah, see, when you go back and watch it, I feel like everybody knows that this dude, Beloit, is the one that's in trouble. All right. So I ask you, who do you blame? Do you blame the young officer Beloit? You blame the crazy lady? You blame Fonnie, or you blame the top cop that was eating lunch? Who do you blame? I blame you, Lucifer. Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are crazy. Nobody is blaming the lunch officer. That's hilarious. Okay. I mean, but I'm with y'all, though. I voted for Beloit as well. I blame him because he knew the most information than all the other people. And I think it's very serendipitous that everybody there that was there, like that helped him when he fell out the chair. There was a guy at the window. I know we needed all of the above, truly. I wish he could give it all the above option. Everybody by the end of it is all new people. His sergeant with the dreads and the crazy ringtone, all of them are dipped. Everybody's gone. It's the lady's fault, and the DA ran with it. I mean, but watch this, Apex. If Beloit was looking at the woman, if you go back here and look at the woman, it's pretty clear. Hold on, right here. Wait, do this. Now do this. All right, it's pretty clear she ain't been choked out. If she just said that she just got choked out and she ain't got no red marks around her neck, they didn't do any investigation, they took no pictures, because that's usually what they do when somebody says, hey, I got beat up, and they taking pictures of you and all that kind of stuff like that. Crime scene investigation. They didn't do that. So though the woman is wrong for lying, Beloit, I feel like, is wrong for not doing more due diligence. I could be wrong. Correctional officer might check me out or give me a body check, whatever. So you don't need, so they don't need to take, when they're taking a report and somebody says, Apex just ran up on me and punched me in the eye and my eye is all swollen. Are they not going to take pictures of that and say, and add that to the report? Like, hey, here's a, Apex fist is all imprinted in DWC's eye. Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't do that. Would they do that or not? Because if somebody, again, if somebody had broken into someone's car, they would do that. They take pictures of the, broken window, and they're doing fingerprint evidence, so on and so forth. They wouldn't have taken pictures of her neck. And he said, he's choked me out and I passed out. Like, has to ask for the DA is responsible, but this is like, isn't that mission critical right there? Like, shouldn't they do that like in real time? Because this, I mean, if you just choke me out and this woman is fairly light skinned, that red mark and all that is going to go away eventually, right? So when they want to take pictures and say, hey, let me take pictures of your scarred neck, and let me take pictures of your, where you punched you in the eye, or they said her arm was bleeding, so let's take picture of where your arm is bleeding. That's on Beloit. That's the police officer. I'm thinking, like, what'd you say, correction? You're seriously thinking about finishing up and giving it that good old college try. 59. Hey, brother, I'm thinking about doing it, but I can't say trying because Raynette gonna come off the top rope on me, and then I'm gonna have a bruise, and then I'm gonna have to have the police take pictures. I have so many credits that I should be able to at least obtain a degree in 12 to 14 months. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. I really am thinking about it. And that's all I'm saying. If there's evidence, because that evidence is not going to be there in 2 weeks, in a month, probably not in the next 2 days. So if they say, hey, he choked me out, she said choked me out. If you watch, y'all know DWC likes mixed martial arts. When somebody gets submitted in the ring, they usually have a bruise. They usually have some kind of, especially around the neck. They got neck trauma. So I think that's super interesting that he took the report and he heard her say, the man choked me out, the man ran away on foot, and he didn't do the due diligence, at least to submit that stuff to Fonnie so they can make a better decision. See what I'm saying? Like, that's just my little 2 cents. If you pass the LSAT, you are cooking. I'm not going to read that out loud, David, but man. Yeah, and I said this, Melody. She said, take a look at the woman's house. There's a small gate. A wheelchair would not have made it through that. And she couldn't outrun a man in a wheelchair? Ridiculous on his face. That's all I'm saying. DAs consistently send reports back to departments for information or rejection due to lack of information. See, we're back again. We got unity again, Apex. I don't think we're in disagreement. I think we are unified. We need an Apex DWC mashup. Mike says this, one of an investigative officer's responsibility, evidence collection, gather and documenting any physical evidence related to the crime. So we're looking for wheelchair tracks. Okay, You know what? I got another question. She said he kicked in the door. Did y'all investigate the door and have evidence that the door was kicked in? See, I'm sorry, Beloit. I ain't look. Don't come looking for me, my guy. I live out on Stone Mountain. Don't be coming running up on me. But sir, you did not do your job. I'm sorry. I wish I had an all the above option. They don't give me an all. They need to give me a fifth option. They only give me 4. Yeah, the door looks fine. So I don't know if there was another door, but what door did he kick in? Where I want to look. That's why I'm thinking he's cooked, because there's no evidence. If she said he kicked the door in, where is the evidence of the door being kicked in? And the fact that she never mentioned the dude, and this was just 9 months ago, he's been in a wheelchair for 25 years. That means he would have been in the wheelchair when he did this, if he had done this. Yeah, this is wild. There you go. Redan High School used to put out some serious athletes back in the day. Yeah, they did. They did. Malika, I think Future got it. He solved the problem. They don't. That's it. Wow, that is crazy that story is still true. To this day, I know people right now, this day, that have that exact same problem right now. Wow. Okay. That's funny that I know people at Morehouse right now that have that problem. I love it. We're gonna start like a law firm or something. We got all these lawyers, want to be lawyers in the chat. I love it. Rising lawyers in the chat. It's quite possible that the police were just as surprised as his victim that they were getting arrested, that he was getting arrested. They did their part and left it to the DA to throw it out. I guess so. I mean, I can totally see it. I do think that those officers that we were regaling, like the guy in the polo shirt and the other guy that helped pick him up, I do think that they probably did. The sergeant with the dreads, they probably said, yeah, let me go ahead and let me get out of the way. They didn't want to be a part of this. So, oh yeah, I want to look. Lunch dude said it was a ruse. He said it was a fake. It was a phony. No, that was it. Wow. But y'all, thank you so much, y'all, for watching that with me. I really appreciate it. I do realize that it is 11 o'clock and I have got to get up early to take my dear, darling firstborn to the airport. So I do need to get out of here. Yeah. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Let's do this again real soon. If any of y'all happen to be up late, any of y'all happen to stay up after the stream, and you happen to find, that body cam of the interview with the lady, hey, and you just want to find somewhere to put it, dear wokec@gmail.com. Just in case, if you run across it and you say, hey, I want to help you out here, DWC, dear wokec@gmail.com. Man, that's wild. I didn't mean to raise up your blood pressure, brother. I did not mean it. I did not. I just thought this would be a fun video, quick video. And now it's like 2.5 hours later. So let's do this again real soon, everybody. Thank you again for rocking with me. Please, if you don't mind, tip your waitress on the way out. Make sure that you hit that green heart or drop a heart in the chat. Either way, let me know that you appreciate this type of content. I really appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all jump in the comments and go crazy. I'll read them tomorrow when I get back. So until next time, everybody, grace and peace. See you soon.